Welcome to Wesley Impact. I'm Keith Garner. How important is the Advent season to you? Well, thanks for taking the time to join us today. As we approach the end of the calendar year, we begin the Christian year on Advent Sunday. And as you can see, we have our Advent wreath here, and we light the first of those candles that take us all the way to Christmas to symbolise the coming of God in Jesus Christ. Wesley Mission is always thought of firstly as a church, though it is much more than that today. Beginning in that way through our community services, we've extended our reach and our influence across Australia. We have a number of congregations, of course, that meet each week in the Wesley Centre and elsewhere, representing a wide range of people, groups, cultures and nationalities. One of our congregations is celebrating a significant milestone this year. We've had events that have helped us to do that. That's our Wesley Chinese Congregation. Later today, I'll be speaking with a leader from this congregation, Reverend Anna Zhang, about the 30th anniversary and the significance of this milestone. Craig Gower and the Wesley Impact Band will sing a song appropriate for today, Come Thou Long Expected Jesus. And I'll share some thoughts from Matthew's Gospel on the meaning of Advent. I mentioned that in addition to the many welfare services, Wesley Mission has its Christian churches that read as part of our life. And we have a number of congregations meeting each week. Let's take a look together.
Welcome.
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 欢迎
Taruh falava.
Selamat datang.
Welcome to Wesley Mission.
Welcome to Wesley Mission.
We're a church
With different congregations.
With people from all around Australia.
And from all around the world. We love to worship together on Sundays.
But we're not just a Sunday church.
We're an every day of the week church.
We're a church at work in the local community.
Here in Sydney.
And beyond.
In the name of Jesus Christ.
We serve people just like Jesus did.
We worship the community.
Matu sa buhay ng Samoa.
Ibadah kami dalam bahasa Indonesia.
我们有国语敬拜。
We come from lots of different cultures.
But we share one spirit. We belong to each other.
There's a place here for you.
Together.
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 Together. Together.
Together.
We are Wesley Mission.
We are Wesley Mission.
We are Wesley Mission.
We are Wesley Mission.
We'd love for you to join us.
If you would like to learn more about Wesley Mission, visit wesleymission.org.au. You can find help in our community services, connect with our church and congregations, discover a volunteer role that suits you, stay up to date on the latest news and information, donate to support our work, and help make a positive difference in your community. You can also connect with us on social media and subscribe to receive the latest news and information about Wesley Mission directly into your inbox. Visit wesleymission.org.au.
I don't like it in here. I can't sleep. The floor is hard, I don't have room to play, and I'm scared. I miss my warm house. The shed is cold. I just want to go home.
17% of Australia's homeless are children under 12. Your donation of $35 can give children like Ruby a safe place to sleep, because no child should have to live in a tin shed this Christmas. Please donate today at wesleymission.org.au.
So don't hesitate to be in touch if you'd like to find out more about our work at Wesley Mission, or if we can be of help to you, or you want to offer help to work with us. The contact details are on the screen now. The Wesley Mission Chinese Congregation is celebrating this year its 30th anniversary. The congregation began in 1989 and today includes weekly Bible study groups, a Sunday school and a Chinese library. To tell us more about this, I'm delighted to have the Reverend Anna Zhang, one of my ministers, here today. Great to be with you, Anna.
Thank you for having me.
What are some of the events that are taking place during this special 30th anniversary? What we've been doing?
The 30th anniversary is very significant for the Chinese congregation, not only because it has come a full round of years for us, starting from 1989, but also that in Chinese culture, 30 is a perfect number to mark a person who's mature in his life. And we have celebrated with significant events, and such as a special invitation extended to all the ministers who have helped us in the years, and we have complied a souvenir book, and we've also thrown in a very special gift designed by one of our congregation member, who's a jeweler designer. And also this banquet as well. As you know, Chinese people are always favored on food.
No, I don't believe it. I've never seen any congregation that eats so well as the Chinese congregation, because it's a way of celebrating, isn't it?
Exactly, yes. So it's a celebration dinner.
What else happens during the week as well as Sunday activities?
Apart from Sunday activities, we do have home groups in all parts of Sydney, and as well as midweek Bible studies. And the young people are thriving on worship practicings, so they meet every week, and also they meet for Bible studies, and we have sometimes outreach activities as well.
There are two things that tie together in my mind. This 30th anniversary is very special for exactly the reason you've described, but for another reason too, because 30 years ago was a very challenging time, wasn't it, for many Christians around the world that were Chinese, or many that left China.
Exactly, yes. The event happened in Tiananmen Square was quite a shock to all the Chinese people in the world. And to me personally as well, I was in Australia. I was actually about to leave Australia, finishing off my language course. When all these things took event in China, I was somewhat stuck here in Australia. But I'm very thankful to God for this unexpected event. Because of this, I was able to come to know Jesus Christ. And following upon my conversion, I was called to full-time ministry. And speaking from myself and all other mainland Chinese students, that event actually allowed us to think deep into the meaning of life, the direction for our future, and also whether there's life after death. And we're very grateful for Wesley Mission for opening up this center, allowing so many Chinese people to come in and worship. And henceforth, we have the Chinese congregation, and henceforth, we had so many Chinese people were able to know Jesus Christ as their personal Lord and Savior.
One of the marks of the congregation, I'm conscious of this, taking services there from time to time, is that there are still quite a lot of people living in Sydney, in our city, and I would imagine the same would be true of Melbourne, of Brisbane, and other places across the country, is that many people still don't speak Aussie English, as we call it. And so it's important, isn't it, that there are churches that enable people to settle when they come here.
Exactly. Not only that, because they don't speak the language, but also they are still quite unfamiliar with Australian culture. And having a Chinese congregation not only helped them to settle in a lot quickly, but also helped them to assimilate into Australian culture. And so it's not just a spiritual home for them, which most importantly it is, but also it provides them with a very good network for them to feel at home in many ways in a foreign
many
land.
younger people, part of the congregation, are able to cross the barriers of years and mix with older people, aren't they? And
oh yes, definitely. Just as a family, you have the young people, you have the middle-aged families, you have children, and you have the very much respected elderlies.
And let me just say that is something that's important in Chinese culture, that we revere age and we don't despise it in any way whatsoever.
Exactly. We honor old age. We honor white hairs very much.
That's right. Well, we're plenty of that, some of us, so we're delighted about that. And I'm delighted. Do you enjoy the work that you do?
Absolutely. This is what God has called me to do ever since my conversion. To be exact, it's 3 hours after I was being converted. God called me to full-time ministry. Ever since, I have devoted my life fully to His ministry, even though it has covered many range of it. Apart from pastoral ministry, there's church planting, there's radio ministry, there's translation, recording work, as well as involved in Chinese Theological College in the last 5 years.
Thank you ever so much, Anna. We're delighted that you're part of the Wesley Mission family. And I'm going to now throw to a song, but before I do, I want to say thank you so much for sharing with us on the show today.
Thank you for having me again.
Let's welcome now the Wesley Impact Band to sing Come Thou Long Expected Jesus.
Come thou long expected Jesus, born to set thy people free from our fears and sins. Release us, let us find our rest in thee. Israel's strength and consolation, hope of all the
Experience the Galilee and the towns and cities where Jesus was raised and called his home. Capernaum, Nazareth, Tabgha, Magdala, Caesarea Philippi, Bethsaida, Tiberias, and of course the Sea of Galilee all feature in this 6-part series as Keith Garner explains the first century context of biblical events.
Jesus was born during a time of change in the political and economic leadership of this region. Fishermen around a lakeside was really one of the big businesses. Why Jesus? Why didn't people ignore him? Why did they take him seriously? And what are the questions we should be asking today if we're going to take Jesus seriously?
The Man of Galilee is available now and comes with a study guide for leaders, small groups and individuals. For more, visit wesleymission.org.au.
As we begin the new Christian year, we turn to Matthew's Gospel and an extended passage which focuses on spiritual preparedness. It contains a straightforward message that disciples must be ready at all times for the end of the age. So I'm in Matthew's Gospel 24 and just choosing to read a part of what would be a much longer passage, verse 36 through to 44. But about that day or hour, no one knows, not even the angels in heaven, nor the Son, but only the Father. As it was in the days of Noah, so it will be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. For in the days before the flood, people were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage, up to the day Noah entered the ark. And they knew nothing about what would happen until the flood came and took them all away. That is how it will be at the coming of the Son of Man. 2 men will be in the field, one will be taken, the other left. 2 women will be grinding with a hand mill, one will be taken and the other left. Therefore keep watch, because you do not know on the day the Lord will come. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what time of the night the thief was coming, he would have kept watch and would not have let his house be broken into. So you also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. The Son of Man will come. Come is one of the great words of Advent. It's the whole meaning of Advent is caught up with "Lo, I am coming." And that song that was sung by Deb just a few moments ago pictures it, "Come thou long expected Jesus." Come unexpectedly. And the suddenness emphasized in the thought of a thief at night. No one knows the hour. You know, one of the things about that verse that it took me some time to be able to grasp for myself is it really says not even the Son knows, only the Father. So it's very limited. It's with God the Father, this information. But you see, it's more than information. It's that gathering together, that drawing together of all things. As I've travelled around the world, I've discovered that children everywhere enjoy playing games. There are similarities between the games that they play. Even in the most difficult circumstances, people play games. One of the most widely practiced games is hide and seek. In this game, someone's on, and as we say, they close their eyes, and after slowly counting to, shall we say, 10, they cry out, "Here I am, ready or not." And you can see the link between that game in its simplicity and what it is that we celebrate as we move through Advent. You can see the association with this passage. The King of Kings will come one day. And although we've been given a warning, we do not have the exact time. You see, it'd be nice to have the time, wouldn't it? How many people throughout history have tried to work it all out and say, I think that Jesus is going to come on this date or that date. The world is all going to come to a close. Well, you can't know those things. But the real truth of the game is, are you and I ready? Are we ready? Are we expectant for the coming of one who will come into this world? Are we prepared? I suppose it's worth exploring for ourselves spiritually. What does it mean to be prepared for the coming of Christ? How many times during Advent and in the time that leads up to people say, I'm not prepared yet for Christmas. I haven't done everything that I ought to do. Well, there's a bigger question than that. Are we prepared for the coming of God in Jesus Christ? And what that means for us. we need to prepare our hearts, prepare our lives, and prepare ourselves that he may find his way into our lives. I suppose the question I have to ask is, what does it have to say to us about the way we live? Do we live in that spirit of expectancy? Do we live as though the first candle has been lit and those candles will persist and go to the moment when we light the King, the white candle, on Christmas Day? There will be a time in which, as we light the candles of life, we know that his coming is ever getting nearer, closer and closer, nearer and nearer to the day when he will come in all his fullness. I like to think of the expectancy that God gives to us, the eagerness that needs to be there in our hearts, open for him. I'm glad that we don't have the message, one person more than another. I'm glad that we can't have the date. For if we have the date, we might just sit back and say, well, it's not till a week next Thursday. We can forget it. But we don't know the date. We live as though it might happen in this moment. Even before the show is finished, Christ himself may come in all his fullness. Are we ready for him? Have we searched our hearts? Have we examined exactly what it is that needs to be ready within us? Have we got hearts that are repentant, hearts that are eager, hearts that are ready to welcome him fully into our lives? That readiness is the message that comes at Advent. So before you start wrapping presents, before you start having your list, make sure that as you travel through Advent, that you really make room for Jesus Christ. Too busy sometimes, are we? Ready? Busy? Well, make room for Christ, for he is coming. We cannot know when, but we know he will come.
If you would like to contact Keith and find out more about today's program, write to us at Wesley Mission, Post Office Box A 5555, Sydney South 1235, or you can send us an email to impacttv@wesleymission.org.au. On our website, you can catch up on past episodes of Wesley Impact, find out more about our work, read online magazines and articles, and connect with us on social media. You can also connect through Keith's blog and stay up to date on all the latest news and information from Wesley Mission, wesleymission.org.au.
I chose to volunteer at Wesley Mission because I'm passionate about justice.
I chose to volunteer with Wesley Mission because I've always wanted to work with people who have a disability.
You meet friendly people. They're all people who are self-motivated and energetic.
It not only gives me a purpose, keeps me active, and activity leads to longevity.
Wesley Mission currently provide over 130 individual services with over 2,000 employees, supported by over 3,000 volunteers to assist over 21,000 families and individuals each year. Whew, that's a lot of numbers. So as you can imagine, we are always looking for more volunteers to help. So please, volunteer today. Visit our website, wesleymission.org.au. You will not only be meeting new and interesting people, but you will be doing all the good you can, because every life matters.
There's always something happening in the life of Wesley Mission. Let's take a look together.
Get your Christmas shopping done early this year. Wesley Mission's Christmas stall is happening on Thursday the 5th of December at the Wesley Centre. You'll not only be able to snap up a bargain, but you'll also be supporting the refurbishment of the Wesley Edward Eager Centre for the homeless. Join us for Wesley Mission's end-of-year Thanksgiving service as we celebrate our many achievements throughout the year and look ahead to 2020. This special service will be held at the Wesley Theatre on Sunday the 1st of December at 3:30 p.m. Wesley School for Seniors is holding their annual end-of-year concert at the Wesley Centre on Thursday the 12th of December at 10 a.m. Come and see stunning performances of dance, music, singing and much more. For more information about Wesley School for Seniors, please visit wesleymission.org.au.
More information about the events we have coming up are available on our website and through Wesley Mission's social media channels. Don't hesitate to be in touch if we can be of help to you. I hope you're looking at the Advent theme and that this has prepared you for the rest of this great season. Hope you enjoyed our interview, learning a bit about one of our Chinese groups of people that meet together as a congregation. And I look forward to seeing you at the same time next week as we journey through this great season of the coming of God in Jesus Christ through Advent. Thank you once again for your time. Thank you for sharing with us. And I hope, thank you for being open to the message, which is very much a message of Wesley Mission, offering hope, offering peace, as we welcome the Prince of Peace into our lives in Jesus Christ. God bless you.
Wesley Mission walks alongside people of all ages struggling with homelessness, addictions, mental health issues and financial stress. To find out more, visit wesleymission.org.au.